guys, it's a general energy reading from the Navigator's Tarot, which I am. I've got a hole in my top. I just discovered. Oops, the daisy. Kathmandu tops. I have to go and get some more. I just love them. They're so warm. Anyway, I've had this one for a number of years, probably before I went to Spain in 2014, 15 or something. I can't remember. Anyway, I do digress. Anyway, so this is an energy report for the week. There'll be no live, unfortunately, this week for my YouTube, not YouTube, Instagram followers on at the Navigator's Tarot. I've had a death in the family, so it'll probably be maybe next week or the week after. I'll let you guys know. So, general energy reading for the week. Chaotic energies around at the moment, but you know, not what we're really thinking and seeing. Like, what we're seeing is not really what's going on. There's a lot of trickster energy about. Yeah. And this is saying to use our wisdom and our discernment at all times when watching anything that is that we see or hear. And this is also saying to go within and find your own discernment, your own truth, and your own feeling center, and ask, is this true? And because you're going to see a lot of chaos. Of course, we've been seeing it for quite some time, but it's going to step itself up a little bit. But what it's actually going to do is it's going to do either one of two things. You're either going to go within and ask, is this true, and use your own discernment, or you're going to get caught up in it, in the fear of it. Now, of course, the energies that abide on the earth, or that have been abiding on the earth and galactically and on every other level, on an esoteric level, those darker energies have been feeding from the fear of the inhabitants of this planet Earth. So, and by creating chaos and fear. So I will actually say it will be up to ourselves how we actually we will either succumb to it or we won't, and how you actually deal with it. Okay, so that's the energies for this week. There will be chaos. You'll see it on the outside. However, I'm feeling like the general energies of the populace at the moment are getting a little tired and a little sick and tired of what they're witnessing, and the energies now are pushing people to the absolute limit, so that now they are so tired, exhausted by all of it, that they've literally had enough. And when you beat someone down long enough, eventually they give up and they die. But that is necessary. Sometimes the death of the old is needed to bring in newer, fresher energies. So I would say at the moment, that's what's going on. There is a beating down of the old world structure, but not only that, it's also a beating down of your own inner resistance to align to all that is, and to the greater good, and also to those feelings of unconditional love that are trying to access your truth center within your solar plexus. And I feel like the fear, the only way that the fear can be driven out is by succumbing to it, allowing the death to occur within yourself, and allowing the death of the old world structure as we see it. So there's a lot of allowing, a lot of surrendering, and a lot of giving up. Everything, any resistance, any fight that you have, and turning to your inner resources, to God. And when I say God, I do not mean God as the man up in the sky. God is a part of every single atom, every single breath, every single molecule, anything that resides within and without. And that is what I'm asking you to surrender to. Well, I'm not asking. You yourself will be asking yourself to surrender to that. If that does not occur and you continue to resist, the universe will just give you more of the same until it beats you down. But it must happen. It has to happen. The surrendering and the dark night of the soul of the planet, it's about to get very real on an energetic level. For a lot of the divine masculine, divine feminines, it is, for the divine feminines, we've been doing it for those who have been on the spiritual path, have been doing this work for a lot of years. And we've gone through our own specific individual dark nights of the soul. But I feel like, and the masculine is now going through his, and maybe now starting to come out even of that. But now it's like on every single level on this playing field called Earth, it is now required for a collective dark night of the soul. And it's going to get more chaotic, more confusing, and a little darker. But if we do not have this dark night of the soul, if we do not go deep and dark into our own darkness on a collective level, then this new world and this new light that is coming onto the planet, we will not align with that. So it's now time for the collective dark night of the soul. Who would have thought? Amazing stuff that's about to happen on the planet. Even though it may not look like it, it may look chaotic, it may look frightening. On a collective level, this is necessary so that we can break out into the light. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. That's what I'm seeing. Anyway, I will just do a fairies oracle for the collective. Two wanted to come out. We've got a collective of pixies, collective of picnics, and a Les Gunner. Let's have a look. The Fairies Oracle, beautiful book by Brian Froud, and the cards are lovely too. So we'll go to 48 and 59. What is needed here is not only an awareness of duty, but a merry approach to it. This job has to be done, so one might as well do it willingly. Progress through this dance maze step by step, lively and lightly. Take joy and pride in achievement. Approach the work with zeal, zest and zing, and perhaps even a little zaniness as well. Otherwise, you might as well not bother. Well, almost. There is something about this light-hearted approach to your duty that is important at this time in order to achieve the results you want. Additionally, consider the words collective and cooperative as you make your plans. This situation may take more than one person, perhaps several working together to achieve the desired results. Joining forces with others is appropriate at this time. Seek the cooperation of friends, family, co-workers and fairies as appropriate. Definitely those energies are needed on the earth at this time, because as a collective, when we go through this dark night of the soul, it is going to get very dark, but we're going to need each other. Most definitely. So, and that's what that is saying. Please seek help. If you need any help at all, then seek help with friends, family, neighbours. It does not matter. Okay, so this one is number 39. Let's go. 39. Los Gunner. sunken treasure, discovery of self, adventure. So, exploration is what this card is all about, and through exploring and seeing what we really are, warts and all, we discover parts of our talents and potentials that have been hidden by old traumas and misunderstandings, or by lack of opportunity. Losgana's explorations are not limited to the realm of the emotions, but also include the world. She wants us to dive deeply into new experiences, even if the new experiences involve flying high. Listen to different styles of music with open ears, try new tastes, look at new sights and try them all with the open willingness of a child. Have you ever noticed how people tend not to explore the territory they live in? How they only visit the special places there when they are trying to entertain someone from out of town? We do the same things with so many aspects of our lives, and then sometimes we grumble that life is dull. If life seems boring and you feel stuck in your puddle, either explore the parts of the puddle you haven't really seen before, or jump out and do something new and interesting. I'm sure you, dear reader, are not a bored or boring person. Da-da-da-da. So Losgana tells us to pay attention to our dreams, to listen to the murmur of the waters, to note the patterns in the damp fallen leaves, to listen for the distant high sounds of angelic music among the stars. She also suggests soothing baths, hot tubs, jacuzzis, trips to the nearest spa or hot springs, and dips into the handiest ocean, pond or mountain lake. Mud baths also help us quiet down and become strong enough to explore her territory, which is the earth and the waters from the depths to the heights. As important as it is to explore the inner realms, she tells that exploration of the outer realms is also vital. It almost goes without saying that she recommends exploring fairy. She also suggests kissing any metaphorical or actual frogs you encounter to test for princes or princesses, but I don't know how seriously you want to take that suggestion. She suggests that we go places we've never been, try things we've never done, take classes in subjects we always meant to study someday, maybe even learn a language and see where that takes us. Explore widely and deeply in our own world so that we develop the adventurousness of our spirits. So basically, I feel like that is telling us to, as we go through these transformative changes and within ourselves on a collective level and see it, we're going to have to envision a new world and a new world within ourselves. It will begin with ourselves. So on a collective level, as we go through this dark night of the soul, where it may get a little bit chaotic and it may get a little bit frightening and a little bit sad because we're witnessing and seeing the death of the old, it is saying to have faith, go within, find what it is that you would love to see in this new world, what you would love to become in this new world, and go and be that. So, you know, the energies are very transformative at this time, and yeah, it's the dark night of the soul on a collective level is going to be intense. But if we all look out for each other, if we all have each other's back, if we all just turn to family and friends, we'll get through it. And you know, the world that we are going to emerge into is going to be one that is full of promise and exploration into the newness of who we are and the newness of the world around us when we go through and come out the other side. Okay, so they're the energies for the week. Intense stuff.